Okay, we'll take this thing for a little test drive. So here we go. So if you see that little blue float sign thing right there, what that is basically it's just telling you that it's a radiator fluid temp gauge that's saying your coolant's cool right now, basically. And then once you start driving, that goes away. And then I haven't seen this, but if it's too hot, it'll have a red one. So if I'm thinking right, it's blue, nothing red. But yeah, no warning lights or anything on. That's normal. Usually it'll rev hard right when you start it to get the engine up to operating temperature, but we'll take it for a little spin. I'm just gonna put you guys on the dash. Buckle up. Doors shut. Brake off. We're in drive. Haven't driven this thing for a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let's do a little loop. Loop, loop, loop. Put a little air in the tires. Okay. Too much force. And I'll floor it for a second. Check it out. We're flooring it about 40-ish. It'll do pretty fast. I've only gotten this one up to like 55, 60, but that's kind of pushing it a little bit right there. Cop cars. Oh yeah. You're probably like, what the heck's this guy doing out here? I'll wait. I'll be a good guy. Yeah, so stereo works. Actually, it's pretty good sound. My first one I owned did not have stereo, so it's kind of nice having that feature. What else? They're unique to drive. 3 wheels, so you just got to keep that in mind if you're like, especially if you ever load on a ramp or something. It's narrow, turns pretty good, it's pretty peppy. It's definitely built for the city, but you can do like highway speeds if you had to. I used to take my old one on I-5. I could only get it up to about 73 or 4, I think it's the max, which is pretty kind of pushing it. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Drives great. The stereo's really nice. So right now the doors are shut, and I'll open the doors so you kind of see the difference. So it's a pretty good little. It's pretty cool, man. It's like you're driving a little golf cart. Got some little squeaks and stuff. That's normal. It's an aluminum body. It's all like riveted on and stuff. It's a little funky, but this thing's pretty sweet to drive, man. Usually need to floor it. It's just like if you need to move quick, you can, which is pretty nice. Shut these doors. And so this model, this is kind of a bumpy road, but this model is the 3rd one. So as far as I know, there's 4 gens. My old one was Gen 2. So the nice thing with the 3rd model and then the 4th model, 3rd year, Interceptor 3, this one has the like custom built suspension up front. Well, it's all pretty much custom, but the other one, 1s and 2s are basically big motorcycle shocks. This one's a combo of like motorcycle shocks with some like coilover springs up front. So it's has better suspension up front. Back's the same as the old ones pretty much. And I was just looking at it. I haven't really messed around with it at all, but it looks like the front suspension is adjustable, and this one right now is set on the softest setting, so the least firm. So if you're putting around in the city a ton, I would just leave it where it's at. But if you're thinking about like going out in the country, I personally, if you're able to, I bump up the spring rating, just make it a little stiffer, make it a little, should be a little better at speed. Speed bump. Yeah, dude, these things are too fun to drive. Everyone looks at them. Like, what the heck, is that a cop? One smart thing too is if you have these, is definitely try to put some markings on it so people know you're not a cop car. I've had people like vandalize my old one before when I left it parked in the city a couple times and had City of Portland stuff still on it. Okay, take a turn. Do. Okay, we're going for it. Punch it. Punch it. Drives great. Stops good too. So it's triple ABS. ABS up front on the one, and then ABS on both the tires in the back. It's actually pretty spacious inside the cab too. I'm 6'9", like 330 pounds, and I actually fit better in here than I do my F-250. So this thing's pretty cool. Has really good visibility as far as like looking behind you and around you. I'll show you that once I get back to my house. Okay, I gotta love stereo though. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! This thing's so fun. I don't want to sell it. Look at this guy. Okay. I'll give you a little visibility overview too. Okay, so there we go. Just to double check the dash. I'm just going to show you again that little symbol's off on there. So my parking brake's only light on there. Off, all that crap's good. So yeah, you saw that coolant light was off. So it's really good visibility. So this is like literally right where my head's at right here. So I got, has this like cool, huge mirror up top, mirror right there. And then I have the mirror that goes on that side. It just, the part of the mount of the like metal part busted off. So I'll get that figured out and I'll get that mounted up. Yeah, like I said, I'm 6'9", dude. I fit in here pretty good. I have the steering wheel adjusted, so it's tilted fairly far up, so I have more room for my legs. But yeah, you can. I fit my dog here sometimes. You can do like a bench seat in here too if you really wanted to. You just have to do some hunting and a little bit of modification. I've seen someone online has done that. There's this empty space on the side where you could definitely put something a little wider if you're like a normal sized person, not like me. But yeah, good visibility. So this is where my head's at. So this is literally what I'm looking at. So you can see behind you really good. And then it's kind of like a motorcycle too, in that if you look over your shoulder, you can see cars behind you really well. So it's just great visibility as far as that goes. That's about it on the running stuff. Yeah, it has overdrive. So if I'm thinking right, that's basically when you can tell the engine to use all of your gears, or to just use your lower gear, not use your top gear. So overdrive, if I'm thinking right, you get better gas mileage, and then if it's off, basically you just use your lower 3, and then it's a little torqueier, like if you're in the city. So it's kind of a standard feature on pretty much all cars now. So that's cool. Yeah, it has plenty of get up and go, dude. It's really fun to drive. And then here's how you operate the doors. They're both the same. They're kind of weird until you figure it out. So there's this little locking mechanism. So they're kind of just like loose sitting here. This bottom one actually locks to the frame. So what you do is, if you want the top one open, you're physically like pulling that little lever up, and then you pull this back, and then this locks in place, and you can roll with just the top half open. If you pull this, it'll open the bottom one, and you'll get the hang of it. You just gotta kind of get used to it. It's a little funky, but they work fine. They work good. Nothing's wrong with them. So if you want both windows open, you literally grab one hand on each side, push forward, pull back, and then you got the tops open. So I would have my dog sit here and look out the window. Yeah, so I'll get some other stuff filmed too.